I already hung out with Yuna. I hung out with Sho. Mayu was taken care of through Sho. And between these two, I like Coyote better, so... You know. I mean, I think we've gone over this before, but my list of dating is Coyote at the top, and then Valerie. So, that's close. That's close, but sorry, Coyote's got to win this one. I wonder what Coyote is up to. I pull out my phone and give her a call.
Hello?
Hey, Coyote.
Hi.
Are you busy?
I'm just about to head to the daycare. It's going to be an extra busy day.
Isn't it like evening? Or late afternoon or something? Extra busy.
Yeah. We're understaffed since one person is on vacation and another person called in sick.
Maybe I can help? Hello?
If that's what you want, then I guess you can help. But don't forget it still works.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't start this again.
Yes. Coyote disconnects the call before I can finish. Rude! Oh well. I better not be late or Coyote will be angry. You won't like her when she's angry. I find my bike and drive to the daycare. When I arrive, Coyote is nowhere to be found, and I follow a group of adults into the building. They're either parents or staff. Why am I in the library? They're either parents or staff, but either way, they'll get me where I need to be. Considering there are no kids tagging along, I think it's safe to say that they're staff. We pass through one of the children's playrooms and continue into an office in the back. Coyote is there with another guy, discussing something I can't hear. She nods on greeting when I enter. Once everyone gets situated, the guy clears his throat. Why are we in the campus library?
Hello, everyone. I know we haven't had one of these staff meetings in a while, but it's going to be a bit busy today since Daiichi is on vacation and Hibiki called in sick. Luckily, Kaori's friend has offered to help out, so we'll only be short one man instead of two.
I'm so good. Everyone stares at me as he smiles in my direction. Hi, I'm Grestar. Happy to help.
Glad to meet you. I'm Eito Iwasa. Since we'll have to do a little shuffling with coverage, here are everyone's roles for today.
Eito checks his clipboard and goes down a list of names. Coyote watches silently as Eito takes charge. Once he's finished, he looks at me.
Since you're from ACE, we'll have you tutoring the older kids.
I nod.
Kaori and I will attend to the toddlers and younger kids.
I'm surprisingly pumped for this assignment. Tutoring kids should be a piece of cake considering how much I've helped Nikki in the past. I'm such a good Oni-chan. With everyone's roles assigned, the group slowly disperses. One of the staff members offers to take me to the tutoring room. I thank them and follow her into a room filled with children between 4th and 6th grade. Seeing a new face, the kids kept interrupting me to ask questions about myself. They were especially curious because I didn't look very Japanese. They asked about where I was from, what was it like back home, what was it like to be a pilot. I tried hard to keep their focus on their homework, but it was a lot tougher than I expected. Finally, I gave up and answered their questions. Once their questions were out of the way, they were able to focus on their homework. Although they tried hard, most of the children had difficulty grasping the material. I could tell they were frustrated, so I tried to think up different ways of explaining the same things, which helped immensely. I understand why Coyote is so adamant to be there for these kids even when she's exhausted. After a while, it looks like everyone is on track. I'll go see how Coyote is doing. It doesn't take me long to find the younger kids. All I had to do was follow the sounds of shrieks and laughter. Aww, look at that picture! That's fun. I gently push open the door and see Coyote surrounded by children. Both of her arms are full of kids and one even hangs off her back. The rest hug her legs. Although Coyote weakly protests, the huge smile on her face gives away her true feelings. I've never seen her this happy before. A chorus of Miss Coyote circles her as the children compete for her attention. Suddenly, the child on Coyote's back slips. With a sharp yelp, she grabs a strap of Coyote's clothing, or on Coyote's clothing.
Careful!
The strap falls off her shoulder as she bends down so the child can land softly on a table.
I got it.
Eito gently places the strap back onto Coyote's shoulder. Coyote's shoulder. Not possessive, that's just what the shoulder is. I wait in secret glee for the impending doom Eito has inflicted upon himself by touching her, but to my surprise, Coyote doesn't react. As Eito tries to take one of the kids out of Coyote's hands, the child looks at Eito for a second, then burrows her face into Coyote's shoulder. Coyote laughs.
I don't think she wants to leave anytime soon.
Eito laughs too.
I can't really blame her.
Hoo la la, do I sense young love in the air? I can't help but grin.
Since you've got your hands full, why don't I take care of their snacks and set up for the next activity?
Can I just say, for a minute, that this guy is making me think of Danny Sexbang? It just... Sorry, anyway.
That'd be great, thanks.
No problem.
They smile at each other. Wow, a smile from Coyote. It must be serious. I tiptoe back out of the room and return to my older kids. It looks like Coyote is doing more than okay. Another hour passes by in a blur, and before long, the parents trickle in to collect their children. The kids whine that they want to stay longer with Miss Coyote, but their parents urge them home. After all the kids have gone, the staff wave goodbye to each other and pack up to go home too. Before I go, I want to catch up with Coyote. I find her with Eito cleaning up the toddler's room. Eito makes a comment which has Coyote laughing. Coyote laughing at somebody else's jokes? I never thought I'd see the day. I chuckle to myself. Better not ruin their moment. I can catch up with Coyote tomorrow. Before I can slip away again, Coyote notices me and heads over.
Hey.
I stop my giggling and clear my throat. She raises an eyebrow. I'm giggling still?
What's up with you?
I can't believe she doesn't know.
Wait, where'd you come from? I spin around and spot Uncle Miguel chuckling behind me. I know, right? It's cute how oblivious she is. Miguel nods, but Coyote huffs.
What is wrong with you two?
Hey, Kaori, I'm heading off. I'll see you later.
Coyote's demeanor softens when she waves at Eito.
Oh, yeah, sure. Good work today.
You too.
Miguel chuckles again and pitches his voice high.
Good work today.
I'm not gonna join this. Coyote freezes as her face turns beet red.
It's nothing like that.
Sure.
We believe you.
Stop!
She scowls at us, then stomps back into the toddler's room and throws toys into their bins. Young love, so precious. Miguel grins. I'm glad I came out today. I got to see another side of Coyote, one that I won't soon let her forget. After I gather all my things, I drive home. Man, things aren't looking great though with that, as far as like me getting with her. I'm even making fun of her for having like romantic feelings for someone else, even if she doesn't necessarily have those. What about me? My stomach growls loudly as I park my bike in the garage. Nikki, please be home for once. I wonder what we're going to have for dinner. As I enter the kitchen, I see a dainty strawberry cake sitting on the kitchen table. Cake for dinner? Why not, right? Flour, eggs, milk? I peer closely at the layered cake and use my finger to taste the whipped cream. It melts on my tongue in a cloud of sweetness. Fresh whipped cream! That's the only kind of whipped cream I'll eat. Oh, you are spoiled. Mom spoiled us. She never bought whipped cream because she'd always make it herself. Wait a minute. Mom's birthday! Nikki? Did Nikki bake this cake for Mom's birthday? I searched the house but see no sign of her. There's no text from her on my phone either. Clearly she came home after school, which means there's only one place she can be. I grab my keys and hop back on my bike to find Nikki. We live next to a park back home, and Nikki would often escape to there when she was upset. Just as I expected, I find Nikki swinging forlornly in the park. Aw, she lost her eyeballs too. Her head is bent as she gazes down at something in her hands. I take a seat beside her. She glances at me, but doesn't speak. Instead, she cups the open locket in her hands, the one that usually hangs around her neck. Inside is a picture of Mom and Dad. You okay?
Don't know.
Mom would have loved the cake you made her. Nikki snaps the locket shut and holds it to her chest.
I had to do something, you know? Today is Mom's birthday and I couldn't not celebrate it.
I know.
So I thought I'd make her a cake like we used to, but then
Her voice trembles and she takes a minute to compose herself.
that cake, it was like it was taunting me. A reminder that Mom will never get a chance to eat it. It's not fair.
That's a beautiful part, dang. Nikki's knuckles turn white as she clutches at the locket. Her hands begins to shake.
I barely got any time with her before she was taken away, and I just want her back.
Nikki.
I know I'm being crazy, but I just keep thinking it's my fault.
Why would you think that? Tears trickle down her cheeks and leave wet stains on her shirt. Instinctively, I pull her in for a hug and she leans against me. This wasn't your fault, Nikki.
It is.
You had no control over this. She pulls away and falls silent. When she finally speaks, her voice is thick.
I missed the bus that day.
What?
The reason I left the cafe is because I missed the bus and needed a ride home. I keep thinking, what if I had just gotten on that bus as soon as class ended? I wasn't even doing anything important. I was just hanging out and lost track of time. I remember being so annoyed when they didn't show up. I was so angry I had to walk home, and all I could think about was how much
Dang, her voice falters.
I hated them.
You didn't mean that. You were angry.
What kind of daughter thinks like that? When I remember, I just feel so disgusted with myself.
Be that as it may, what happened wasn't your fault, Nikki. You didn't tell that driver to hit them. You can't keep blaming yourself.
Then why do I feel like I'm being punished?
Because this sucks. Because it's so easy to think about all the years that have been stolen from you and to lament that loss. But you can't keep thinking like that. Also, fair is spelled incorrectly there. It's supposed to be F-A-R-E for the record. Focus on all the good times you had with them. The last thing Mom and Dad would want is for you to be sad because of them. They want you to be happy.
I know. I just miss them so much.
I know. I miss them too. But on the bright side, at least you've still got me. Nikki sighs.
I thought you were trying to make me feel better, not worse.
Hey! She lets out a weak laugh. Her tears have stopped and some color is returning to her face. Remember Mom's cake from last year? It was completely inedible.
You mean the second cake? The one you baked for Mom because you forgot her birthday?
Oh yeah. Whoops. Nikki laughs.
Mom tried so hard to eat it, but eventually she just gave up.
Not my finest moment, but at least it wasn't as bad as the one Dad baked the year before.
You mean when he almost burned our entire house down?
Nikki laughs so hard she snorts, which only makes her laugh harder. Her laughter is infectious, and I can't help but join in. I think I got a lot more of Dad in me than you do.
Yeah, but it's not all bad. You got a lot of his good qualities, too. Like how you're always there for me when I need you.
Aw, it's true though, I am. It's a hard job, but somebody has to do it. Nikki bumps me playfully with her swing.
Rude!
No, you know what's rude? Leaving a perfectly delicious cake untouched in the kitchen.
That's true. It was made for eating.
So, let's go eat it. Grinning from ear to ear, Nikki nods and stands up. Together, we head to my bike and I drive us back home. As soon as I park, the two of us hop off my bike and eagerly rush into the kitchen, then freeze. There was only 1/3 of the cake remaining, and a trail of crumbs starts from the kitchen table and ends at Uncle Kaito's face. I can only stare in stunned silence at the scene.
Uncle Kaito?
He pauses, a fork full of moist yellow cake is halfway to his mouth.
Did you eat all of the cake?
Uncle Kaito looks from his fork to Nikki, then back at the fork.
I want my lawyer.
Nikki and I burst out laughing as Uncle Kaito shoves the fork into his mouth. Nikki and I split the rest of the cake while Kaito looks on longingly. Nikki is all smiles for the rest of the night as Uncle Kaito asks us about our day. I tuck into bed early as I know I'll have a busy day of frolicking in the hot springs tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's a thing. Soon I'm dreaming about hot water and hot girls. Well, alright then. I wake up at the first sound of my alarm and jump out of bed. I need to meet my friends at the train station so we can all head over to the hot springs together, and I'd rather not be the last one there. They might leave without me. Just kidding. No, they wouldn't. Would they? Either way, I throw on some clothes and race to pack up what I need. After grabbing a quick breakfast, I hop on my bike and drive to the train station. I haven't been back here since my arrival to Isukaze. It's exactly the same as I remember it. People bustle back and forth and the whole station is blanketed with the buzz of conversations. For some reason, the familiarity is comforting. I purchase my ticket and find Coyote, Mayu, Valerie, and Yuna are already waiting on the platform. And there they are! I like her gloves, that's stylish. Hey! The color of the top is a bit odd, but hey, you know, that's just me. Yuna and Valerie wave as I approach, while Mayu smiles and Coyote nods in greeting.
You made it.
So did you. I glance around us. Where's Sho?
Running late, like usual.
What a pest.
He'll be here.
I hope so. He has all our tickets. Coyote gives me a look. I mean, of course he'll be here! She crosses her arms, but otherwise falls silent. Even Yuna looks worried as she checks the time. We still got a few minutes before the train comes. As the seconds tick by, even I'm beginning to lose hope. Thankfully, Sho soon appears.
Hey guys, ready to get our heat on?
We stare at Sho.
That came out wrong.
Yeah. He looks around, a wide grin on his face.
Awesome, the gang's all here!
The laborious roar of engines is heard before the train is sighted. Sho points to the approaching train.
Just in time too, because here's the train.
You were cutting it really close, Sho.
I'm right on time.
He's just so happy. Everyone quiets down as we get ready to board. We settle into our seats and enjoy the ride. When we arrive, we step off the train and stretch our legs. There's a beautiful hotel in the distance and the hot springs are tucked in the mountains behind it.
Alright, here we are safe and sound. Let's go check in first.
I can't point out every grammatical mistake, okay? Sho leads the way to the hotel and we trail behind, enjoying the scenery. I breathe in deeply, letting the crisp mountain air fill my lungs. Just being here already helps me feel rejuvenated. We enter the hotel and the front desk agent gives us the keys to our rooms. Valerie and Yuna are bunking together while Coyote and Mayu share a room. Obviously, that leaves Sho and I to share the last room. The girls disappear into their rooms, but not before agreeing to meet right outside the hotel in 10 minutes. Sho and I enter our room. He immediately flops onto the bed closest to the window.
I claim this bed.
I'll take the other bed. Alright, I'm fine with this bed. I drop my bag onto the bed closest to the wall and doorway. I don't like being next to the window anyway. Even with the curtains closed, I still feel too exposed.
Exposed?
Like if I were to open the curtains, a face would be staring in. Sho looks warily at the window.
Don't say things like that. Do you want me to have nightmares?
Sorry. Sorry, I thought I saw something like move on my second screen. I want to make sure my recording's still going. It looks like it is. Once we've had a chance to rest and put down our things, we head down into the lobby and wait outside. The girls trickle in a few minutes later. Should we go for a soak now?
We want to save that for tonight. Trust me, it's way more relaxing at the end of the day.
Okay. What should we do instead? Sho pulls out the tickets and studies the text on there.
What about...
Mayu's voice trails off. What about what?
What if we toured the gardens?
She points to a side clearing of blossoms and trees.
They look really pretty.
We get a discounted price for the tours too, since we already have tickets to the hot springs.
Good plan. Valerie jumps excitedly.
Let's do it then.
She races towards the gardens.
Wait! Don't just run off like that!
Coyote takes off after her as the rest of us scramble to catch up. Luckily, we arrive right before the next scheduled tour and we are all able to secure a spot with the group. The tour guide leads us on a gravel path and speaks non-stop about the history of the garden and each plant that we see. I listen intently as he talks about the original lord who commissioned the garden as a way to show off his status and wealth. I remember learning about this same guy in our foreign international bridging class, so it's extra cool to be standing in his garden. The guide's lecture on each plant that we pass is far less engaging though, and my attention wanes. I survey the... I survey the flowers and trees around me, bright petals of color sway gently in the breeze, and a few of them float towards our feet. I wonder how they keep this place so green at this time of year. As I glance around the group, everyone seems to be focused on the greenery around us. Except for Sho, who seems to be focused on a perky hard body in a separate, guided group further down the path. Enjoying the view? Sho snaps back to reality and grins.
You know it, Broseph. It's beautiful.
Yeah, the garden's nice too. Sho pauses, then looks embarrassed.
Was I that obvious?
Only if you consider openly staring obvious.
Well, what do you think of her? Cute, right?
Who are we looking? Who? I don't know who we're looking at. Perky hard body? I don't really know what that means. What's a... Oh, yeah, okay. I certainly don't blame you for staring. Sho chuckles nervously.
Let's not focus so much on me staring at her. We should go talk to her.
Okay. I'm not sure Mayu would appreciate you doing that.
Not for me, for you.
What?
I'm going to wingman for you. It'll be a thank you for all those times you helped me out.
That's really not necessary. My protests fall on deaf ears as Sho already starts to lag from the group. After he creates enough space, he hops off the path and walks through the garden. You're not supposed to do that on a guide. What are you doing?
Taking a shortcut. We can't catch up to them by hanging around the group.
Smart thinking. No, it's not, he grins.
I know.
We pass our own group before hopping back on the path. I step back with no incident, but Sho trips and waves his arms wildly to balance himself.
Whoa!
He fails to keep his balance, but before he can faceplant on the hard gravel, I step in and catch him. As I continue to hold him up, Sho looks at me with admiration in his eyes.
You saved me, Broseph.
You would have done the same for me. Suddenly, a croaky voice yells out,
Get a room!
Everyone around us freezes. As one, we turn towards the voice and see an old Japanese man waving his cane angrily in the air. Sho quickly removes himself from my arms and holds up his hands defensively.
Hey, it's not what you think!
But even if it were, that would be perfectly okay! Yeah, I like girls. We are boyfriend and boyfriend. Mind your own business. I stare coldly at him. How is what we are or aren't doing any of your business?
How rude. Back in my day, young people respected their elders.
Yeah, you know what? I'll show respect if it's given to me first! With one last grumpy harumph, the old man hobbles away towards the trees. I thought we had to stay on the path.
Forget about him. Let's just refocus our efforts.
Sho's face falls. I follow his line of sight and grimace as the cute girl laughs at us. Maybe we should just go back.
Yeah, sorry, Broseph.
It's okay. At least Sho and I had a moment. Regrettably, we spent some more time together before rejoining the group. The tour was very beautiful, and I enjoyed the leisurely pace we took around the gardens. Although, I did learn a lot more about plants than I ever wanted to know. Once the tour was over, we regrouped back outside the hotel. How did everyone enjoy the tour? Mayu sighs dreamily.
Flowers were so beautiful. I felt like I was walking through a fairy tale.
That's good.
I'm glad you had fun, Mayu. I thought it was really pretty too, but I found the history of the place to be the most interesting part.
Same, as made evident by me, in-game me. Coyote shrugs.
It was alright.
It reminded me a little bit of home. On the outskirts of town, there was a cute little museum which also included a garden walk.
Oh, good.
That sounds really nice.
It was.
I thought it was good, but I could have used less of all that flower talk.
You aren't the only one.
I thought it was informative.
It was.
But enough of that. It's now time for the main event.
Hot springs!
Yay! I cannot wait to soak in that glorious water.
Some of the lines just cut off. It's weird.
Same here.
I don't know. Mayu grins, and even Coyote cracks a smile. We eagerly follow Sho into the hotel where he presents our tickets. We had to wait what felt like a couple hours at least while they prepped the place. Afterwards, an attendant leads Sho and I to the male changing room while another attendant leads the girls away. See, this is another case where I can't point out all of the grammatical errors, but I'm just saying that they are present. Cue outro, go!